Hi, for today's story I thought I'd come out in my car because overall the weather's pretty nice today, but it's not that nice to sit outside, so I thought I'd sit in my car and read a quick story. Now the story today is from this book. It's called Dadisms. Put my teeth back in. The Crazy Things Dads Say and Do. Now this is a book that my boys got me for Christmas, which was not too long ago, so we'll see how true some of this is. Dads and their gadgets. Dads do love their toys, and if their children are too busy to let them play with theirs, he has to play with toys of his own. These simply take the form of novelty items designed to make his life simpler and his wallet lighter. For example, he can invest in a device that ensures every pint of beer he drinks has a perfect head, a robot lawnmower to achieve those perfect lines without leaving his chair, a motion-activated toilet bowl light that glows whenever he enters the bathroom at night and therefore helps him improve his aim, an eye massager that enables him to relax after a long, tiring day, a shower head with a wireless built-in speaker to provide backing vocals while singing in the shower. Whatever gadget Dad has acquired, he will instantly be filled with Mr. Toad-like enthusiasm for it, proclaiming it to be the best thing since sliced bread. Naturally, he will insist on demonstrating its capabilities to everyone he meets. Even Jehovah's Witnesses are likely to be invited in to witness his latest toy in action. Alas, the novelty soon wears off and it dawns on him that his life-changing gadget is a total waste of money. Before long, it ends up hidden away in the corner of a garage next to his Segway, virtual drum kit and 6 pedometers. Gadgets that every dad needs. A missing sock detector. An app that tells him whenever his son is locking lips with a stranger. An app that tells him when his partner is listening. An automatic device for putting slippers on his feet. An invisibility cloak so that the children leave him in peace at weekends. An app that turns every traffic light green whenever he is late on the school run. An ejector seat for when his children misbehave in the car on family outings. A time machine so that he could travel back 10 years and appreciate how difficult fatherhood was going to be before taking it on. A device that automatically closes every door in the house when his children have left them open. A device that automatically switches off every light in the house when his children have left them on. Very true. An app that laughs at his jokes no matter how bad they are. Truisms. There are 3 ways to get something done. Do it yourself, hire someone, or forbid your kids to do it. Whoever proclaimed that a cat scratching its claws down the blackboard was the worst sound ever had obviously never heard of Dad on a karaoke night. Not sure about that. Hell hath no fury like a dad whose tools are mixed up. Obtain 1 large, unhappy live octopus. Stuff into a small net bag. Make sure that all the arms stay inside. Congratulations, you have passed the baby dressing test. The only musical instrument most dads should be allowed near is an air guitar. A bathroom is a place where your child does not need to go unless you're backing your car out of the driveway. A child in bed instinctively knows when visitors are in the lounge because it's the only time when mum laughs at dad's jokes. Telling a teenager the facts of life is like giving a fish a bath. There's nothing wrong with teenagers, that reasoning with them won't aggravate. Embarrassing things dads do on social media. He posts 48 pictures of his son's 2nd birthday party online. He posts unflattering photos online of his teenage children without permission. He posts photos partway through a family holiday in Spain and returns home to find the house has been burgled. He repeatedly tries to add his son as a friend on Facebook, even though his son politely declines the offer every time. Yep, I've had that. He discovers that after 18 months, he still has only 2 Twitter followers, and one of those is his wife, who likes to keep an eye on what he posts in case he gets into trouble. He posts videos of himself dancing in the belief that it constitutes family entertainment. He gets seriously trolled for his dancing, singing, crazy clothes and silly faces, and then he closes his account. Surprise visit. Coldplay singer Chris Martin was so proud when his 16-year-old daughter, Apple, landed her first job in a clothing store that he decided to pay a surprise visit to her workplace. "I just went to see," he said, "and I thought, I'd better buy something. So I took a t-shirt from the rack and lined up in the queue. She was at the checkout there were the 2 checkouts, and she saw me and mouthed, "Dad, get out." I felt terrible, so I moved to the other line. A Dad's Guide to Driving Lessons. Now this could be very appropriate because my eldest is learning to drive at the moment. There'll probably come a time in your life when your dad will offer to give you driving lessons, partly to save money, but also because he thinks you need to learn from the best. And all dads see themselves as excellent drivers. Forget about the occasional speeding ticket. Why don't the police target real criminals? The mild road rage. Why are there so many idiots on the road? And the time you drove into a lamppost. What a stupid place to put a lamppost. Any mishaps, and always somebody else's fault. However, good drivers do not necessarily make good teachers, as you'll quickly discover. If it's not daunting enough sitting behind the wheel of your dad's car, knowing that any tiny scratch or scrape on the precious bodywork will give him sleepless nights, and there is the distinct feeling that he's even more nervous about the experience than you are. He is desperately trying to appear calm and unruffled, but there is something in the way he suddenly yells like, "Watch out for that parked car! Mind that old lady! And brake! Brake now! Now!" That hints at an underlying anxiety. Be prepared for him to grab the steering wheel when you least expect it, or following a particularly stressful lesson to find him looking at the price of an ejector seat. A Dad's Guide to Car Buying. If you do manage to pass your test, either thanks to or in spite of your dad, his next involvement will come with buying the car. Forget any notion about going by yourself to a dealer and simply purchasing the second-hand car of your choice. Your dad will insist on accompanying and advising you every step of the way. Casting his expert eye over the vehicles on display, he will steer you away from the sporty model you liked because of the look of the favour of the staid family saloon. Consequently, instead of a sleek convertible with rapid acceleration and surround sound, your first car ends up being something that goes from 0 to 60 in about 5 minutes, has a 70s radio, and is usually driven by pensioners in cardigans. But, as your dad points out, it's a solid and reliable in the roof rack may come in useful one day. Worse still, you know your heart of hearts that he's probably right. A Dad's Guide to Vehicle Maintenance. Dads trust garages only marginally more than they trust politicians. They are convinced, and often with justification, that the mechanics don't know what they're doing, and the bogus faults are invented to bump up the bill. You can take a car in with a leaky carburettor and end up having to pay for a whole new engine, new tyres and 10 brake pads. According to the garage, even the back window fairy dice were dangerously worn and needed replacing. To illustrate what he considers to be sharp practice, your dad will complain along the lines of, "How often do you go to the hospital with a broken arm and find that 6 more bones are broken while you're in there?" So he prides himself on being able to carry out any vehicle repairs. And he is even happier when he's wearing his old overalls, spanner in hand, up to his elbows in grease, staring at an engine for hours and hours. The more parts that he can dismantle and then replace, the happier he is. If that means the kitchen floor being littered with car engine components while the family is out trying to eat lunch, so be it. And if his labours actually result in the car starting again, his day, his week, his month is made. Just be prepared for having to listen to a blow-by-blow account of how he did it every single day. I must say, I've read that book and I've really enjoyed it. It's very funny. My boys have thoroughly enjoyed reading some of the chapters from it, and I must say the car parts, the last part of the story was very true. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story. I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just give us a quick thumbs up. If you've got any other recommendations of stories or books you want me to read, pop it in the comments. Thanks for joining me today.